Coming in for Amara Raja Batteries, that was clearly the earnings dhamaka. There's Idea, there's Jindal Steel, BOB, wherein also the numbers managed to beat street estimates. That's also holding up by about a solid 5% as we speak right now. But talking about earnings, let's also welcome our board, our next guest, V.S. Parthasarathy, Group CFO at Mahindra & Mahindra, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Parthasarathy, morning. Great to speak with you and have you on the show as always. And, just looking at your numbers, the street was pleasantly surprised by the operational performance. Help us understand what aided that despite the heightened discounts, weak demand, and what cost reduction measures did you really undertake in the second quarter?
Yeah, thank you, and it's always great to be on the show. So it works both ways, I suppose. Coming to the performance, one of the great things to have is an organization where the margin of safety and ROC is a focus even in good times. So even when auto fell 20% in terms of volumes this quarter, and mind you, that is in spite of increase in market share for Mahindra. So the market overall industry fell even sharper than that. So we improved market share, but still it was a 21% volume fall. And in that fall, auto sector maintained the EBITDA margin year on year at 12.7. Tractor was a lesser fall, so they did more than a 21-22% EBITDA margin and a close to 20% EBIT margin. So again, a great news, and all this with great balance sheet strength, least inventories in the pipeline, less inventory in the company, and a zero debt situation. So there's a lot to take away for. In a sense, I say that the organization is lean and waiting for the turnaround so that we can go up. But that was not your question. Your question was what aided this performance. I think it's the resilience and toughness of the organization. You recall I had talked about an auto sector cost re-engineering program where they took every part of the cost and said, we have to take a breakthrough kind of reduction in cost because the new challenges and new times are coming, and we may have to invest in those kind of things. So they had undertaken a deep, deep look into their business model and looked at all costs afresh, and that is the kind of things which is standing us in very good stead. So no cost is assumed to be given, and everything is looked around. And this we think that over 3-year period, auto sector should look at a 300 to 500 basis point kind of change, and that has helped us in this quarter, and so has it in tractor, which again helps us reposition our market and our returns respectively. So that's what has helped us.
Just want to get this right, Mr. Parthasarathy. Did you say that you have not had to let go employees in order to bring down your costs?
Yeah, so to put it in the right context, if you look at our headcount, it's been flat in terms of whether you take white collar or permanent blue collar employees, except for a few which has happened by retirements or whatever. We've not had to engage into any kind of letting go. You're right.
You touched upon the tractor growth, and you've said that you're now looking forward to the recovery, but do you see any near-term pressures continuing, Mr. Parthasarathy? And also given the kind of direction that we've had with the monsoon, is that working for you as a boon or as a headwind?
Okay, so whenever they say that rain gods have this thing about giving boons, and they have indeed given a lot of rain this time. We have had 110% of normal. So clearly in the long run it's a move. But it does come with short-term pains, and I don't want to belittle or lessen what is happening. So because some crop would have got destroyed, so livelihoods have gone from that perspective. But if you look for the new season, which is the Rabi season, I think good rainfall and high reservoir levels augur very well for the new harvest and sowing. The second thing is that there is also projects which is coming in the rural areas, and the spend is starting to happen. So clearly there is all the good, or what can I say, green shoots which are on the positive side for the rural market. So I would be surprised if there is not a recovery, and I would not be surprised if there is a sharp recovery in Q4.
Then why is it that you've cut your tractor guidance? Because that obviously means that somewhere you do envisage that tractor contribution is going to go down.
Yeah, so basically when you talk about in terms of growth, it is also from demand picking up. So there is a demand pickup, but you cannot take away what has already happened. So the guidance comes from more from what happened than what would happen. So I think Q4 etc. we can be positively surprised, both the industry as well as the economy.
Only is M&M highly exposed to the BS6 transition and related cost challenges, which we've been, hearing a lot from the analysts. But there's also increasing competition as well in that core forte. So, in light of these disruptions, Mr. Parsarthi, how are you expecting the segment to perform?
Okay, so there is no question that there are lots of challenges for the auto sector, including the BS6 transition, including competition, including the business model change, the electric vehicle coming in. But if you look at it, some of them are boons as well. This month, this quarter, we were very extremely pleased with our EV performance, more than 2,000 vehicles. So all this augurs well for us in some sense. The intense competition, the change in business model also brings about new products and new kind of technology, and I think we are prepared for it. So if it's EV, then we are there. BS6 transition now is a given. It's a logistics work which will leave the world marveled by the time we finish at it. So because never has it happened that on a single day you change over sales, not change over production. So that's going to happen in India. So we're going to see that. But this will also, it's a challenge, but all of us have to go ahead and kind of try to meet that. So we are prepared for it. We will bring in the new products in the right kind of time. We have to make sure that the dealers have least amount or no stock at the end of the period. All the planning is going on. It's a challenge, but I'm sure the industry will come up, on the right side on this one.
Are you facing a lot of heat, especially in the UV2 segment, because of MG and Kia and the kind of demand that some of their new products have been seeing off late?
There are new products which has come, and all of them are helping the industry grow. In a broader sense, if you look at our overall, and I alluded to it in my opening statement, overall PV market share, it has gone up. If we look at the total auto industry market share, it has gone up. So in a sense, maybe the PV is the right way to look at the market share, and there you can clearly see reflection that we have done or held our own. The new products which are coming hopefully will lift the sentiments and overall provide broadening the base, as so called it, and we are very happy to see competition, so no problem about that, and we are happy to see that our market share is going up in these circumstances also.
Okay, I just have two very quick questions. First one being, there's still a perception in the market that it's a little challenging, Mahindra's ability to ensure a smooth transition to BS6. How ready are you? What is your preparedness for implementation of BS6?
Okay, so quick answer. We've shown the analyst, we have shown all you media people our technology, and we brought it out and showed it that we are ready, able and willing. The one challenge we will of course have is that the fuel has to be available in time. The government of India is making all the efforts to make that available, and there is a bit of discussion which is going on there. It needs to be available a little ahead of 1st April, and that's one effort which is going on. Except for that, we are ready and able to do so. Very quick answer, and we have showcased that. So.
And when is it that we're going to start seeing the Ford-Mahindra partnership synergies flow through?
मिलते हैं ब्रेक के बाद पहले कंपटीशन कमीशन का अप्रूवल इज फर्स्ट स्टेप and after that we will share more plans with you.
I hope it's a short break as it always is with us, but great having you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time on, sir.
Thank you.